Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declares that there is no alternative to the United States in brokering a political process to the decades-old conflict between Israel and the Palestinians. Jordans King Abdullah stresses that rebuilding trust and confidence in Washington's ability to broker a peace agreement for Israel and the Palestinians is imperative for moving forward on a two-state solution. Turkey launches a full-scale offensive in Syria's northern Afrin region, titled Operation Olive Branch, aimed at pushing back the Syrian-Kurdish YPG militia from Turkey's border region. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared last night that there is no alternative to the United States in brokering a political process to the decades-old conflict between Israel and the Palestinians. In an address to a conference of ambassadors at the Foreign Ministry in Jerusalem, Netanyahu emphasized that whoever is not ready to talk with the Americans about peace does not want peace at all.
יש לי מסר לאבו מאזן. אין תחליף להנהגה אמריקנית בהובלת התהליך המדיני. מי שלא מוכן לדון עם האמריקנים על שלום, אינו רוצה בשלום.
With regard to the nuclear agreement with the Islamic Republic of Iran, Prime Minister Netanyahu urged European countries to take President Trump's words seriously, reiterating the need for amendments to an agreement that will solidify the international community's ability to prevent Tehran from going nuclear, a danger that would not only threaten Europe, but the entire world as well.
יש לי מסר למדינות אירופה. אני מציע להן להתייחס ברצינות לדברים של הנשיא טראמפ. אם הן רוצות לשמר את הסכם הגרעין עם איראן, עליהן להציע תיקונים להסכם, תיקונים שימנעו את ההתגרענות של איראן, דבר שיאיים עליהן ועל העולם כולו.
The Israeli leader noted that he would discuss the issues of an American-brokered peace initiative and Iran's nuclear program with visiting U.S. Vice President Mike Pence, who Netanyahu referred to as a great friend of Israel that Jerusalem welcomes with warmth and pride. Vice President Pence, who embarked on a Middle East tour on Friday, visited both Egypt and Jordan before arriving in Israel yesterday evening. In Egypt, the American Vice President met with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, during which he pointed to the fact that since President Donald Trump took office, relations between Washington and Cairo have never been stronger.
The broader relationship between the United States of America and Egypt has also been renewed in the last year. After a time where our countries seemed to be drifting apart in the last year, thanks to your leadership and the relationship that you and President Trump has forged, we believe the ties between Egypt and the United States have never been stronger. We are united not just in commerce and in prosperity, but most importantly, in a commitment to security.
Pence further reiterated the United States' commitment to the security of Egypt, reaffirming Washington's resolve to continue to stand with Cairo in combating terrorism that has plagued the country since Islamist President Mohamed Morsi was ousted from power in 2013. Following his meeting with the Egyptian president, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence traveled to the Jordanian capital Amman, where he met with Jordans King Abdullah. During their work meeting, the Jordanian monarch asserted that Jerusalem is a key pillar to peace in the region and a key to enable moderate Muslim leaders to effectively fight radicalization. King Abdullah further stressed that rebuilding trust and confidence in Washington's ability to broker a peace agreement for Israel and the Palestinians is imperative for moving forward on a two-state solution, which Amman believes should be based on the 1967 lines with East Jerusalem as a capital of a Palestinian state.
Again, for us, Jerusalem is key to Muslims and Christians as it is to Jews. It is key to peace in the region and key to enabling Muslims to effectively fight some of our root causes of radicalization. Today, we have a major challenge to overcome, especially with some of the rising frustrations. And I think it's very important, and your visit here, I'm sure, is to rebuild the trust and confidence in not only how we move forward with a two-state solution on, for us, June 4th, 1967 lines and East Jerusalem as a capital of an independent Palestinian state, but living side by side with a secure and recognized Israel in accordance with international laws and the Arab Peace Initiative.
Vice President Pence responded to the Jordanian king that while President Trump made a historic decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital, the American leader was also clear with regard to Washington's commitment to continue to respect Jordan's role as the custodian of the holy sites in the ancient city. Pence further reiterated that the United States remains committed to a peace process in which the leaderships of Israel and the Palestinians would be subject to reaching their own agreements following direct negotiations.
President Trump made a historic decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, but as he also made clear in that decision, that we are committed to continue to respect Jordan's role as the custodian of holy sites, that we take no position on boundaries and final status. Those are subject to negotiation. And as I've made clear to you and the President made clear to the world, the United States of America remains committed, if the parties agree, to a two-state solution. We are committed to restarting the peace process.
Following his meeting with King Abdullah, Pence traveled to Israel, the last destination of his regional tour. This morning, Vice President Pence met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, during which he declared Washington's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital as a base that will allow Israel and the Palestinians to move on in good faith negotiations for peace.
In making his historic announcement on December the 6th, President Trump did so convinced that by recognizing Israel's capital, Jerusalem, that we would create an opportunity to move on in good faith negotiations between Israel and the Palestinian Authority on issues that can be discussed and President Trump truly believes can be resolved.
Palestinian officials continue to reject Vice President Pence, however, for what they claim is his fundamentalist and literalist attitude toward Israel's right over Jerusalem, an unjust ideology, as the officials put it, saying it is derived from his declared Christian faith. Meanwhile, President Mahmoud Abbas's Fatah movement called for a general strike tomorrow, as well as an escalation in protests against President Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Now to northern Syria, where Turkey launched a full-scale offensive in the country's northern Afrin region titled Operation Olive Branch, aimed at pushing back the Syrian-Kurdish YPG militia from Syria's border region with Turkey, that even though the militia group is backed by the United States coalition. Ankara views the YPG militia as the Syrian extension of the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, which has carried out a 3-decade insurgency in Turkey's mainly Kurdish region and is internationally recognized as a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim noted that Syrian rebels participate in the operation alongside the Turkish military.
Bu operasyonda Türk Silahlı Kuvvetleri Mehmetçiğin yanı sıra Özgür Suriye ordusundan da katılanlar vardır.
Alongside the ground operation in Afrin Region, the Turkish military said it conducted some 108 strikes against Kurdish targets, which the YPG militia said resulted in the death of 6 Kurdish civilians and 3 fighters. The Syrian government, which has threatened to shoot down Turkish planes operating in Syrian skies, condemned the strikes. It called the attacks brutal Turkish aggression on Afrin, which is an essential part of Syrian land. Thank you for watching us. Praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Jonathan Hassan. Erev Tov and Shavua Tov, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the donate logo located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page. or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.